what a special teams play by the Eagles.
Right up the middle, Rosenberger from 8 yards out. Touchdown, Eagles.
Pick to the house. Nelson Williams. He will take this over.
Oh, blocked by the Eagles.
4th and goal. Boom. No, sir. He will not get it.
What a great call by Coach Rodriguez.
Great return by Zachary Brooks. Great play by Austin Hill right there, number 5. He got the back.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us tonight. We are live in Cordova, Tennessee on the campus of ECS, Legends Field. St. George's Griffins come to town tonight, Britton, to take on your 3-0 ECS Eagles, hoping to go 4-0. Great conference matchup tonight. Before we get started, Britton, we always like to start off with our sponsors to thank them for bringing us this telecast tonight. So give us a run-through on those.
Yeah, I want to say thanks to Pediatric Dental Group, to you, Clayton Floriani. A great dentist there, my kid's dentist. James Stiles, our touchdown sponsor. We're actually going to interview him at halftime tonight. So ECS alumni. Fortunately gotten a lot of press the last couple games. There's a lot of opportunities to advertise.
People know about Stiles Law Firm.
They know about James Stiles Law Firm. Sean Wilkins, State Farm. So obviously a great agent, my dad. And then Bank 3. Scott House, a seasoned group of bankers that started the bank a couple years ago, doing a great job in Memphis, active in this community. Ortho Memphis, our team sponsors, our team doctor and our trainers work with Ortho Memphis. They came on this year, grateful for their support. Tim Wilson with Compliance Associates, anything related to businesses and the EPA.
That's right.
They can consult and help on that. Also, Strategic Financial Group, Hamp Holcomb, Bill Edwards, Barrett Jones, and Chandler Gagnon. I have to remember which Gagnon it is because I mix that up every week. So those guys, all ECS graduates, and Hamp being a board member and an ECS parent. And then who am I forgetting? Somebody else. Benny James, Darren Wilkes, ECS graduate. So, again, remember, if you mention that you heard it here, you'll get $100 off of plumbing, HVAC. Actually, they were doing a little plumbing work at my house this week and a little appliance work, unfortunately. But they do great work. So glad to have all of our sponsors on with us again.
Awesome. Huge game tonight. Have not beaten St. George's since 2014, so we're home. Big crowd tonight. Rain's kind of passed through. We're thinking we may have a few bands come in as the game progresses the first half, but as of now, we are dry. St. George's puts the ball up in the air a lot of mixing run pass option they'll do. We've seen that last week against FACS. We'll see a lot of that tonight. Great running back, great quarterback, great receiver. So they've got really great skill positions. They are 1-2 coming into this game. They have one conference win. That was last week against North Point. They lost earlier in the year to Center Hill, and they also lost to Arlington at Arlington. So not real sure what we're going to get tonight as far as
the weather could have an impact.
It could.
Because they are, as you said, they do have a great quarterback. They have been prolific in their passing game. When we look at their quarterback is ranked, and you sent this to me this week, he's number one in the area at 200 yards per game.
Yep.
So Spencer Smith is his name. He's number 5 in passing completion percentage at 58%. And then also he's number 1 in passing TDs at 7 in the area. So that's in the broad.
Yeah.
That's out of the power.
That's right.
The power same area the Power 12 comes out of. So that's across each division. So the good thing about that is they are a good passing team. One thing is we may have some rain, although I think it probably is going to hold off. It rained really hard a little while ago, left over from the tropical storm that came through Gordon that came up from the coast. But the good thing about that is ECS is number 7 in the area, the same ranking at 46.3 yards per game allowed on pass defense.
Yeah.
So we match up well, at least we have thus far. I think a big part of that is our defensive line is aggressive, is big.
They are.
They've done a really good job this year putting pressure on these quarterbacks, and so that's obviously going to be important. I mean, we look at keys to the game. Offensively, we're going to have to establish the run. The good news is we have 3 effective runners, which is something new Coach Rodriguez talked about this week. Cameron Rosenberger has been out the last 2 games with that high ankle sprain.
Right.
Fortunately, we didn't need him.
Yeah.
But he still is, so far this year, our number 2 rusher at 149 yards. Obviously, last year was one of 2 really key offensive players that we had. He had about not just shy of 900 yards of rushing last year. So it'd be great. He is supposed to be back and healthy tonight.
And great game last year Rosenberger had at St. George's. So.
Yeah. And then, of course, Jalen Greenwood, the freshman, has come on really strong. 3 games. He's got 215 yards, so he's averaging about 8.6 yards per carry. He also has 4 TDs. Rosenberger's averaging 6.8 yards per carry. And then also Matthew McMeans, another weapon. He's shown himself to be a valuable option for the Eagle offense at 139 yards. He's averaging about 8 yards a carry as well.
Just a junior, really having played JV ball last year, so he's just getting experience coming into his own as well.
Well, so I think we're going to have to be able to, Coach talked about this week in our call, we're going to be able to establish the run, but we have some weapons to help us do that. And then also, Coach talked about we've got to get the ball to Dawson in open space. When I look back last week, we can recap a couple things from last week. That was a great victory, 47-7. Really all of the offense happened in the first half.
Right.
So we did not do much in the second half. We had 222 yards in the first half alone. 150 yards total, 120 yards rushing again in the first half. All of the 102, we did not pass in the second half, so all 102 yards passing happened in that first half. There was 13 first downs in the first half. 3 for 3 on third down conversion in the first half. So that was one of the keys we talked about. We've got to get better on our third down conversions, and we were successful in doing that really so far this year as compared to where we were last year. So also last week, I mentioned Jalen Greenwood. He was had 7 rushes again in the first half, 63 yards. Matthew McMeans 6 for 56 yards in the first half. And then Dawson Williams only touched the ball 4 times in that first half, but it was 102 yards.
25 yards per catch.
When Dawson
average.
has 100 yards per game, there's about an 80% chance we're going to win.
That's right.
So looking at last year's statistics. So that's one of the keys for this week is to get the ball into Dawson's hands, to give him some space and some room to run with it. And coaches put some plays in that should hopefully help with that.
Yeah, I think we're going to get him the ball on film last week from the FACS game. First play of the game that stands out, defensive front, very important. Like you said, those 3 guys, you've got Cody Ashmore, you've got Josh Hartsuff, you've got Dietrich Pennington, and a number of guys that switch in and out. But that first group literally pushed those guys back 2 to 3 yards. Ethan Saunders comes up. He's over the guard, hits the guard so hard that the guard just buckles, then rolls off and makes the tackle. So very first snap of the game, we hit them hard, and it went downhill for them after that. They just never really could catch their breath.
No, it was total domination is what it was. It was 2 nights in a row. I watched Memphis totally dominate. I'm not sure they were D1, but Mercer, a Division I team, 2 nights in a row. It was first half domination, 47 points here, 57 points to the Liberty Bowl in the first half.
We weren't surprised that we won. We knew going in we were favored to win the game. We were surprised at how much we dominated FACS. I still believe they have a good team. They just
do
didn't
have
show
a good
up.
team.
They just
That
didn't show up.
FACS team, you mentioned it earlier, that FACS team was averaging 300 yards a game going into
That's right.
to the game against
Yeah,
us.
that's
So
right. Yeah, that's right.
defensively, you mentioned Ethan Saunders last week. He had 3.5 tackles. You had Peter Nern with 3.5 tackles. There were 12 players last week with one or more solo tackles. So, again, this defense, we looked at it, the top 9 returning tacklers are on this team. The top 9 from last season are back.
Yeah.
So this defense is a little more mature, and you can tell. And I love you have guys flying around with the ball, and we just have a lot of guys involved with getting tackles. It's not dominated by one linebacker or one defensive end or one nose guard, which oftentimes happens in high school.
Yep.
This is a really balanced defense, which is going to make it hard for St. George's.
Well, we've got Austin Hill both ways, leads the team in tackles, outside linebacker, 15. Ethan Saunders comes in with right around 12 to 14. You've got Evan Lockhart coming in at 11. So you've got a lot of guys in that. We run a 3-4 in that 4 linebacker position that are making the tackles. Well, why is that? Because of our front 3.
Yeah.
Our front 3 are doing such a good job. It's allowing our linebackers to be free to make the tackles.
That's right. They're
huge.
getting their job done on
It's
the front
huge.
end. So we gave up no points last week. So defensively, we talked about the yardage, that we didn't give up a lot of yards, but we gave up no points last week in the first half. We did give up a touchdown late. I said no points. We gave up 1 touchdown late. We had all freshmen and sophomores in the game at that point. So special teams, one of the things that's been interesting is we're going to pause for the prayer here. Okay, we paused for that prayer. So on the special teams, one thing that's interesting is we had a preseason MurphyFair.com All-State selection in Chandler Karn.
Okay.
And he hasn't, as a punter, and yet he's not punted in 10 quarters.
Yeah.
So we have an All-State preseason selection who hasn't punted in 10 quarters.
He's going to have a hard time getting that.
He's not punted
selection.
since the first half of the first game of the year. So he was 5 for 5 on extra points last week, so he's done a good job. So special teams last week, we executed well. We were 1 for 2, I think, on 4th down conversions, and 4 for 7 ultimately on 3rd down conversions. What was great was we had a lot of young guys get in there and have an opportunity to get some valuable play time.
That's right.
Game time experience.
Let's talk Coach Rod Rodriguez, the rest of the coaching staff. We spoke to him today, today and yesterday. Our guys, coaches, players, we've had this game circled since last year. So kind of those ones, that first real conference test that we knew we'd have, having lost last year at their place in the 4th quarter.
Yeah,
last year
with about a minute to go, they came from behind.
We did. They had a couple 4th down conversions that they made passing the ball, and they did a great job. They're able to hold on to the win, but we've had that circled. I really expect us to run the ball. Arlington was very effective in running the ball within that A and B gap, and so I really expect us to go in and run heavy on that, and then we'll get some play-action pass off of that to Dawson, to some tight ends, backs out of the backfield, and then we'll hand it over to our defense, and hopefully our secondary linebackers and secondary can shut their passing attack, and I think that'll be the keys to the game.
You talked about, with talking to Coach this week, we're going to have to be able to counter their blitz. He really feels like they're going to come after us. And so he's put a couple plays in specifically that if they are aggressive blitzing, that we'll be able to exploit that. So we'll see if that works. We'll see how hard they come. Certainly with the rain, I know they're happy to not have the rain. For us, it didn't really matter. We're pretty balanced, honestly. We have not passed much this year, but that's because we've been ahead in the last 2 games by so much. And then in the Webb game, their offense was so good, we were having so much success up the middle, we wanted to make sure they didn't get the ball back.
Yeah.
So for a different reason, we rushed against Webb, but the last 2 weeks we've really rushed because we've been ahead.
Ultimately, to win the ball game, you got to be able to run, because at the end of the game, when you can run, you run the clock out. And
Well,
so,
yeah, the
look
2 weeks
at,
in a row, what happened is if you're up by 35 in the second half, you have a running clock. Well,
It doesn't matter.
That second half, 30 minutes, you're done.
Yeah, that's right.
And so that's probably not going to be the case tonight.
No,
This is a good St. George's team. We already said one of the top quarterbacks in the Power 12. Got a couple of really good receivers. Got a good running back. And so this is a rivalry. Also, two of our coaches coached at St. George's when they won the state several years ago. After we won state, they won.
Yeah.
And Scott Vogel and who was the other one? Ben Todd.
Ben Todd, yeah.
Both coaches at St. George's.
And some players have been at ECS at times and have transferred to St. George's.
Yeah. So
a lot of friends on the teams. They know each other through, elementary and grade school football. So they're not unfamiliar.
Well, they have a
with
new
them.
head coach this year.
They do.
David Carter, who was a graduate at VCS, coached, is not there this year.
Right.
So he's
Andre
moved.
Lott is now stepped in to be the head coach. Ex-Tennessee Vol.
That's why I know that name.
Yep.
I think he might have been in my era.
They kept the same package that they had last year.
What years did he play?
I can't remember the exact years,
Yeah,
but I can still see his name on the back of that uniform, though.
We're
going to get ready.
I'd say defensively, we
yes.
didn't touch on those keys. So defensively, we've got to put pressure on the quarterback.
Okay.
We've got to not give him time to do his thing because
Yeah.
he's good. So
That's right.
Coach talked about a couple of things they've done, put in defensively to try to put pressure on him, to try to confuse him just with alignment.
Mm-hmm.
He said this is just a classic run-pass offense. They're going to have options on every play.
He's a big 6'1" senior. I mean, he can run the ball as well. He's a built
He was
guy.
a great quarterback last year.
He's built. He's strong. So he's not afraid to tuck it and run.
Coach said if we'll just react to our keys defensively, if they'll trust what their keys telling them. This is high school football. High school guys don't really do a good job of disguising what's coming.
Yeah.
So if you trust what you see, then more times than not, you're going to be right.
Yeah, keep your eyes on your man. Keep your eyes out of the backfield. That's usually where you get messed up. You're focusing on two things at one time, and that's where you get caught kind of halfway doing your job.
That's right. Well, we can transition to the field.
Yeah.
You ready? You ready for that?
We'll do it. Paul Ellis, one of the captains here, along with Asher Morris and Chandler Corrin. Teams are beginning to come out. Your Eagles are about to come through the signage out of the gate.
Yeah, Clayton, 79 degrees. Heat index in the low to mid 80s. And hopefully the rain's going to hold off. We'll see. Yeah, Clayton, this week the Eagles moved up in the Power 12. We did not talk about that, but the Eagles moved up one notch in the Power 12. I've got that ranking, the number one team again. Lausanne, let's see, Lausanne number one, Whitehaven number two, Briarcrest. Wait, this is the wrong list.
Lausanne, big game tonight, Whitehaven.
That's last week's list.
So non-conference, but a huge game nonetheless.
All right, here's this week's Power 12. That was last week's Power 12. This week's Power 12 is real similar. Lausanne number one, Whitehaven number two. But I knew that Briarcrest wasn't right. Now Germantown at 3-0 is number 3 in the Power 12. Christian Brothers at 2-1. They're number 4. Horn Lake is number 5. Covington number 6. Briarcrest dropped from 3 to 7. Last week that was the one change out of those top 7. Olive Branch at number 8 again. MUS remains number 9. Central 10. ECS, we moved up from number 12 to 11, and breaking into the Power 12 this week for the first time is Kirby.
Division 2A, which is our division across the state, we are still at number 5. So not much change in those top teams in front of us, but you will start to see a change because now we're beginning to get into the meat of the conference. So we'll begin to see some changes, hopefully.
Yeah, so in the division in 2A statewide, you've got Lausanne at 1-0 in the division, 2-0 overall. Battleground BGA 3-0 overall, 1-0 in the division.
Which is 2 weeks away here.
Right, 2 weeks away. That's right.
BGA.
Nice to have them here this year. ECS 1-0, 3-0 overall, 1-0 in the division. Chattanooga Christian 1-0 in division, 2-0 overall. CPA Christ Pres out of Nashville 3-0 overall. They've not played a division game yet. So and then Grace Christian Academy and Notre Dame both have a loss, but they're still 1-0 in the division. So overall, we're in that top 5 teams that are undefeated at this point.
All right, your Eagles getting ready to come on the field. Got about 2 minutes to go until kickoff.
Tonight, Clayton on the live stream team, we want to say thanks to Spencer Tartera, Nathan Marock, and Chris Cochran. So glad to have those guys back with us. Last week we had a little help with Joseph Nafee, so appreciate that help. Making sure that the camera looks good. Everything keeps working. Here comes your Eagles on the field. We say thanks to our sponsors again right here out of the gate at the beginning of the game. We'll say thanks, Clayton, to Pediatric Dental Group, our halftime sponsor and one of our inaugural sponsor. James Stiles with the Stiles Law Firm aims to be your attorney from the beginning of your purchase of your first home all the way until estate planning. So James Stiles, again, we'll be interviewing him at halftime tonight. Sean Wilkins State Farm, he's your timeout sponsor. Again, back for a second year in a row. And then new this year, Compliance Associates, Tim Wilson. And also Darren Wilkes with Benny James, ECS graduate. And then, of course, Scott House with Bank 3. Strategic Financial, Hamp Holcomb, Bill Edwards, Chandler Guyton, and Barrett Jones. And then also Ortho Memphis, our trainers David Dabbs and Jen Dorman with Ortho Memphis. So thanks to all of our sponsors who make this possible.
Here we go. Great football night, great game. Chandler Carn set to kick off for your Eagles. We'll begin on defense. We'll get the ball first thing second half. Preston Daniel, Ethan Saunders, the two middle wedge busters. Line drive kick. That'll be touched back to the 20-yard line where St. George's will take over. Number 7, Spencer Smith, will bring his Griffins out onto the field.
Well, through the end zone again. That's a regular occurrence. I don't have the stats on that, but probably 9 out of 10 kicks end up in the end zone.
He's got a great leg.
Well, very few of those kicks are returned, which really what we're doing effectively is taking away one offensive play. For them every week. I think we're going to have an offsides on the Eagles.
Handoff, nice tackle. Ethan Saunders came up. Not sure he'll gain much. Got a 5-yard penalty to start off, but may have picked up 1. That was Timber King. Nice looking running back for St. George's.
Well, this Eagle defense made a statement last week. Firing off the ball, those first couple series, they stuffed the Crusaders.
Same thing. Ethan Saunders, once again, is starting off with the first tackle for the night.
There's more talent on this team than there was at FACS, but
Britton, this is a classic formation. Twins to the left side. They'll run a bubble out of this. They'll run a little quick hitch right here or a deep pass. They're going deep. Boy, right on the money.
Quick touchdown.
That's going to look like a touchdown all the
Yep.
way. Isaac Smith from Spencer Smith. Well, we just said it right there. They fake that bubble, that hitch, go deep.
Well, they're one man. They have a couple of good receivers. Jonas talked about it this week in our pregame and our pregame call, and obviously they went right to him.
Zachary Brooks, a lot of experience, doesn't usually get beat deep. I will say the past 2 weeks, Peter Nern has started at that position. Peter having a few back spasms pregame, hasn't been able to go yet, so
yeah,
he's
Peter
dressed
was,
out.
Going, well, I saw Peter on the field before the game, and he was going to see the trainer. He was not 100%.
Well, with 53 seconds taken off the clock, St. George's goes up 7-0. Not unlike Webb. So
yeah, Webb scored from the first play from the line of scrimmage.
First play.
So that was the second play from the line of scrimmage.
That's right. I have no doubt Coach Rod will settle these guys down and get them back in line. Just a quick little mishap.
A quick little mishap worth 7 points.
Yeah. Well, at least it's not at the end of the game, so a lot of time to recover. Got a nice crowd out tonight. Nice student section, cheerleaders cheering them on. Your Eagles dressed in their cardinal. Dawson Williams will take this on the 10. Boy, he's got a lane. Nice block, Zachary Brooks on the sideline. Dawson Williams around the right corner down to the 48-yard line. 38-yard return. Nice answer by the Eagles. Nice blocking up front.
I love starting it on the 49-yard line. Well, we just talked about it. With Chandler Karn putting that ball in the end zone, that's exactly the play that it takes away. We talked about it last week. When he puts that ball in the end zone, effectively you've taken away one offensive play, and in that case, you see what can happen.
That's exactly right. Joseph Welch, your quarterback, Dawson Williams split up top. Two tight ends. He'll come in motion. Bowden, your fullback. Rosenberger, your tailback. He'll pick up probably 3. Wrapped up pretty tightly by the Griffins.
Great to have Rosenberger back after being out with that high ankle sprain for 2 weeks. Yeah, we talked about it that first game against Webb, since we did so much rushing. He had about 170 yards so far this year. Yeah, 149 yards in that first game.
Jalen Greenwood, 5'9", 165, freshman in at tailback. Gagnon in motion. Bowden, your fullback. Welch again under center. Blitz. Sidesteps it for a gain of 4. That'll bring up 3rd down and probably 3. Nice move by Greenwood right at the line of scrimmage. They had a slant on to the right.
Well, we talked about Jalen, how as a freshman, he just brings a lot. He looks much more seasoned than that. When he's first contact, he's spinning, he's moving. Things that you can't teach. It's really hard to teach.
Yeah, it is.
Instinctively, he does. And, you know, a all-state class sprinter, just a freshman.
Rosenberger back in at tailback. We'll have twins at the top, Williams and Gagnon. Right up the middle, Rosenberger. Nobody touches him.
It's a big first down.
He'll pick up 13 yards on the carry. Nice blocking up front. Nice power play off the left side.
But what a nice luxury to have at a high school level. 3 running backs who have shown to be the caliber that they are. You know, certainly Cameron being the lead running back and Jalen probably the second, but McMeans has really done a great job so far this year being a key role player in this offense.
McMeans now the tailback. Option play to the right. Oh, my goodness. Nice block. Allen Bowden lays him out. We'll pick up 10 yards almost.
That's smash mouth football.
That's what we did not have last year. We've seen it this year every night.
Great block by Allen Bowden. Well, Coach Rodriguez, this offseason, this is only his second season. So he came in, and during the offseason, he was able to do the things that he wanted to do. And they put in a year-round strength and conditioning program, and we're already seeing the effects of that.
Absolutely. We'll go 2 tight end once again. Rosenberger in the backfield. Little power play right up the middle. He'll pick up 3. Blocking off the right side, we've got Tyler Giles and Cody Ashmore on the right side. Josiah Tingley, your center. Left side, Josh Hartsuff. Dietrich Pennington, left tackle. We've got Preston Daniel in at tight end, and also Austin Hill. Daniel coming out. We'll get Williams and Epperson split up to the top of the field. Once again, 2 tight end. You'll see that a lot tonight. Rosenberger single back. Welch under center. Quick pass. Williams. Nice move. Nice cut. He's still on his feet down to the 4-yard line. Great play. Dawson Williams.
Another first down.
First and goal, your Eagles. 7:49 to go in the first period of play.
So that's one of the plays Coach Rodriguez talked about he put in this week to give the ball to Dawson in some open field, to give him some open space to do something. And you can see it looked from here like he had nowhere to go. And yet he runs over a man and picks up, 7, 8
That's right.
yards?
Nice play by Epperson.
10 yards? How many yards did he pick up on that play?
10 yards.
10 yards.
Maybe a little more. We'll get Williams split down to the opposite side. Rosenberg, your tailback. Bowden once again. Loves to run a stretch play here. Nope, counter right up the middle. Rosenberger down to the 1. Almost in.
Probably on the 1-foot line.
That'll bring up second down and goal.
There is no line at the 1 foot, by the way. But he's at the 1 foot
But
mark.
he's at the 1 foot mark. That'd be a lot of lines.
The 1 foot line. That'd be a lot of lines. A lot of paint.
This is going to be a Welch quarterback sneak, as he's done all year. Touchdown, Eagles. 7-6. The Eagles answer quickly. Karn will come on to punch it through. Well, Britton, that's how you answer a second play from scrimmage go route from St. George's.
It's just smash mouth, physical, tough, grinded out football. And if we can move the ball that well rushing, you're not going to see a lot of passing tonight, except for those similar passes to Dawson, which are effectively a wide run.
That's exactly right. Kick is up and good. Karn puts that on Macon Road.
That ball just got hit by a car. I think that had plenty of distance.
Britton, that was a State Farm touchdown. Thanks to Spencer for bringing that up.
That was a Styles touchdown.
Styles, that's right.
That was a Styles touchdown.
Oh, man.
Sorry, Styles. Sorry, James. He's going to be here halftime. I'll let you apologize to him in person.
Yeah, I was going to beat you to the punch on that one.
James Styles, you did beat me to the punch. I fell asleep at the wheel.
I'm glad you're on top.
The James Styles touchdown.
Oh, man.
That's something that we fortunately have been used to saying the last 2 games. Hopefully, I think we'll see a lot of points tonight, although if St. George's can continue passing like that, then they're going to be really effective. If we can shut down the pass, hopefully that won't be the case on both sides of the ball.
6:50 to go in the first quarter. 7-7. Karn getting ready to tee it up and kick it off.
Well, that last drive, Clayton in the end zone again.
Almost out of the end zone.
That last drive, again, set up by Dawson's return, which, again, key for Chandler putting that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, last week against FACS, probably every series we had great field position, either in our territory or barely in theirs. That's certainly, if you play with great field position every night, you're going to have a great chance to win. Creates a nice short field. All right, Cody Ashmore, Josh Hartsuff, Tyler Giles, those 3 front defensive lineman that we talked about played so well these first few games. Get a nice push, so hopefully free up our linebackers. Saunders and Lockhart, your middle. Bam. Stuff. Evan Lockhart, Ethan Saunders, he loses a yard. That's why they're leading the team in tackles along with Austin Hill. Wow, what a great play.
Well, I can promise you the cornerbacks are going to give a little more cushion after getting beat deep on the second play from line of scrimmage. So we're not going to have as much help probably from our linebackers and our corners as we would have. If they obviously have an effective passing game, you've got to honor that. We know they have a great quarterback. So it's key for that defensive line to stuff the run.
If they can't run, they love to run a deep slant.
Almost had him in the backfield.
Saunders came up, just barely missed him. Here, that'll be a first down for the Griffins.
Well, it was the right play call defensively, the right defense. He was on him. He was on him so fast. He over pursued, got past him.
So 1st and 10, ball at the 31, heading north. Classic Twins package they'll run. One receiver at the bottom of your screen. Incomplete pass. Preston Daniel defending. Didn't give up the run. Great play by Daniel.
Well, we call that a coverage sack. He didn't have any outlets because the receivers were well covered. So he didn't get sacked, but it was.
Yeah, the receiver didn't get enough separation from him, and so it wasn't even was kind of hard to even fake us out.
If I had our defensive lineman bearing down on me, I'd want to get rid of the ball quickly too.
2nd down and 10, 5:34 to go in the first quarter. Looking for Isaac Smith once again, well overthrown.
I don't know who he was just throwing the ball away.
Had a little step on him, on us, but just not much room. So we've got 3rd and long, definitely a passing situation. We'll see what Coach Andre Lott dials in. We'll see what Coach Rodriguez dials in on our defense. See if we'll bring some pressure, if we'll sit back and defend the pass. Looks like we're playing almost a man-to-man. Going deep. Overthrown.
Well covered.
Well covered. Nice play. Austin Hill, outside linebacker, getting the back out of the backfield.
Boy, that's a tough. Yeah, having been an outside linebacker, that is a tough play for a linebacker to make because usually that running back is a tenth of a second faster than you in the 40, maybe 2, depending on your speed. So if we can cover their back out of the backfield, that's really going to help in the passing game to defend.
Great defensive stand.
Wow.
This will be possibly returnable. Dawson Williams gets it, turns out.
Nowhere to go.
That's all right. We'll get down. He saved us possibly 10 yards by not letting the ball drop. So great play by Williams, giving us, once again, ball on the 36, 37-yard line. Great field position.
Well, this St. George's team is smaller in number of players, not in size, but in the number of players that they have. So if as the night goes on, I would expect for us to wear them down. We have a lot more subs than they do.
Well, you say that right now. You got Paul Ellis at right tackle. Tyler Giles still in, but at left guard now we've got Hudson Steele entering the game. Bowden, your fullback. Rosenberg, the tailback. Punches ahead. Pick up 4 to 5 yards. Nice to have Hudson Steele, a senior, 6'2", 214. Swapping Swapping out Jacob Epperson coming out of the game. Williams at the top, Gagnon at the bottom. I backfield. We got timeout, Eagles. A little bit of confusion in the backfield as far as who was going to be in motion, who wasn't. So good call by Coach Rod.
I think he was running out of time. He saw it. Quick timeout. That's going to give us a Sean Wilkins State Farm timeout. I saw Sean Wilkins tonight on the premises. Try to interview him in one of the games to come. They're announcing right now the fundraiser that the school is doing, the Germantown Commissary. Germantown Commissary six-pack for $40. So if you are listening tonight and you have someone that goes to school here and you like to eat Germantown Commissary barbecue, pick up one of those, buy one of those from your kid, and if your kid doesn't sell one, mine will.
Student section was war paint night. You see our Eagles, our Eagle cheerleaders cheering on the student section. Here we go, 2nd down and 5, same formation. Rosenberger, your tailback, Bowden fullback, Dawson Williams, bottom of the screen. Gagnon in motion. Play action pass. Down the middle, great coverage.
Well covered.
Jacob Hatcher in at quarterback, nice throw, defended well. Britton looked like he had Gagnon open there.
You didn't see him.
Didn't see him, was trying to go deep. We've thrown that so much this year.
They know that's coming.
They know it's coming, so.
Well, Gagnon will be key. I'm sure the coaches saw that upstairs.
All right, interesting play here. 3rd and probably 5. Let's see what Coach Rod does. Jacob Hatcher, your quarterback. Nice try by Gagnon, just a little low. So the Eagles will trade punts with the Griffins. Chandler Karn back to punt. Oh, my word.
Wow.
Boy, that was Austin Hill. Wow. Excuse me. Yeah, Austin Hill. That's why he's the leading tackler. Annihilated him.
Well, that's the first punt, as we said, in 10 quarters. Boy, great angle.
That guy's going to get some ice. Boy, what a hit by Austin Hill.
Well, Chandler Karn, preseason All-State selection
Austin
by
Hill.
MurphyFair.com, and you saw that great punt right there.
Austin Hill, 5'11", 210-pound junior, one of the top junior linebackers. Nice play. Little run-pass option there. Quarterback made a nice throw on the run. They'll pick up probably 8.
Well, this is exactly what Coach Rodriguez said they were going to throw at us. Classic RPO, and you see it. You've seen it tonight, and with a good quarterback, it's going to be tough to defend.
Second down and 2. Smith in shotgun. Quick little handoff. Jake Hurley played a lot in the Arlington game with the Griffins. Besides that, hadn't got a considerable amount of carries, but he's a nice-looking running back.
Well, we mentioned it in the pregame, but Spencer Smith, the quarterback for St. George's, is the #1 quarterback in the Power 12 in the area at averaging 200.3 yards per game. Number 5 in passing completion percentage at 58%, and #1 in passing TDs.
Smith drops back. Boy, nice pass. That'll be a first down. Griffins. That'll move the chains. 3:13 to go in the first quarter. I really feel like they're not going to be able to run the ball on us. So we're going to get a heavy dose of this. They'll go Twins once again. Isaac Smith, who caught the long touchdown pass at the bottom of your screen.
There you go.
Nice play.
You said it.
Cody Ashmore, Evan Lockhart, wrap him up. Loss of 2.
We'll get the stats at halftime, but you're right. It's going to be 80% passing.
Yeah, I would think they would run the ball just to keep us from blitzing maybe. Other than that, just to keep us honest. They're not particularly looking at gaining a lot of yardage.
Well, Coach Rodriguez, who was a defensive coordinator and associate head coach at Innsworth prior to coming to ECS, with last year being his first season, he, being a defensive coordinator, of course, he played offense at Yale as a fullback, but we got a timeout by St. George's.
Yeah, they had a lot of guys moving in the backfield. That was going to be a motion penalty.
But Coach Rodriguez talked about this week with this kind of offense, what we were going to see, what we expected about defensively, how to match up against them. Felt like we could match up really well on the run, and that we would have to do some things to be creative, to try to disguise our pass coverages, our pass defenses, to try to keep this quarterback off his toes. But he talked last week, Coach Rodriguez, having been a former defensive coordinator, about how great his defensive staff was. So, and we do have the Sean Wilkins State Farm timeout. So another Sean Wilkins State Farm timeout for Auto Life Health. Call Sean Wilkins for the discount double check. I get the discount double check. You get the discount double check?
I do.
Yep, discount double check.
I don't have the belt, but I get the double check. 2nd and 12. Ethan Saunders running him down. Nice play by Saunders, flushing him out. Him and Dietrich Pennington.
Well, he was staring right at Dietrich Pennington. Dietrich Pennington's about 6'5", 300. So
yeah,
he didn't want any part of that.
He wasn't going to cut back on Pennington, and Saunders got good speed.
Yeah, Dietrich Pennington,
especially inside
6'5",
linebacker.
305, with good reach too.
Saunders, a good-looking 5'11", 210-pound junior.
Well, that shows you Dietrich, both those guys pursuing like that, flushed him out of the pocket, and Dietrich being right in front of him took away that whole inside lane. The only lane he had was, because he was rolling out, was to the sideline, and there was nobody there.
Once again, deep. Oh.
Boy, we were in position.
Boy, really
Snuck
close.
it in there.
Really
Good pass.
close. Nice pass, nice catch. Really close to making a play. We got to come up and make that play for sure. 3rd and long, we've got to get off the field. 1:46 left to play in this first quarter. They're going to stick with this trips formation to the top of the screen.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds, nice defense. Gagnon and Williams, a little bit overthrown, probably was not catchable anyway. Not sure why they went long on first down, Britt. They've been moving the ball well. But we'll take it. Incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock. 1:26 to go. Trips formation once again. Not much. Covered pretty well.
A lot of time holding. How do you not get holding?
Wow.
Did you see that holding? Probably not supposed to talk about it. Watch this right here. Watch this. Look at that.
Goodness gracious.
I'm watching the replay. Right in front of the referee, the head referee.
He had Tyler Giles' jersey with, wouldn't let go. Well, that's unfortunate. Kick is up and good. Griffins on top 14-7, 1:16 to go. We'll get,
I don't know how you didn't see that holding. I'm sorry. Right in front of him. Right in front of him. Well, you give a quarterback like that much time.
Yeah.
The number 1 rated passing quarterback in the city. Number 5 in passing completion percentage. So he's number 1 in passing TDs and adding 2 to that number tonight at 7.
we'll kind of pan some of our crowd here. Great crowd tonight on hand. Great ball game. The grill team, great food tonight. We'll probably get a couple plays off before we swap ends of the field. We'll probably see Welch back in at quarterback.
But good return. Carson Gagnon, short kick. Good return, so we'll get the ball this time, 44-yard line. The scoreboard camera, the scoreboard camera went out for a minute, but it's back now. Because of the rain, we're having to film that scoreboard through 2 panes of glass, so sorry for the blurry picture on that. A lot of room. Boy, that was a giant hole. I could have run through that hole.
Yeah, nice stretch play by Rosenberger on the right side.
Right now, tonight, I could have run through that hole.
After that burger.
Even after that burger I ate at pregame.
Bowden, your fullback, Rosenberger, tailback, Twins top of the screen. Little power play, pick up probably 3.
This St. George's team put up 32 points last week on North Point. 21 points against Arlington.
We have Matthew McMeans now at tailback. Bowden still fullback. McMeans tries to break free. Probably gain 4. Bring up once again 3rd and short. That'll be the end of first period of play. Your Eagles down 14-7. We'll switch ends.
I'll take a minute to thank our sponsors, Pediatric Dental Group, Clayton Floriani, James Stiles with the Stiles Law Firm, Sean Wilkins, State Farm, Tim Wilson and Compliance Associates, Benny James, Darren Wilkes, an ECS graduate, the Benny James Company, HVAC, plumbing, and appliance repair. And then Scott House with Bank 3, great local bank with some seasoned bankers. Started the bank just a couple years ago. And then also Strategic Financial with 3 former ECS greats. Bill Edwards, one of the most decorated baseball athletes here. Chandler Gagnon, one of the most decorated soccer athletes. And then Barrett Jones, one of the most decorated football athletes. And then Hamp Holcomb, one of the most decorated board members, I'll say. A great champion in this community. So for financial planning, reach out to those guys at Strategic Financial. Also, Ortho Memphis, providing our doctor and our trainers for tonight, David Dabbs and Jen Dorman. Thankful for our sponsors. Appreciate your support. We're going to swap out the end zone camera, the battery on the end zone camera very quickly. So big 3rd down and 4. Stopped at the great penetration by the St. George's defense. Be a loss of a yard or 2. I think Coach Rodriguez is going to go for it here on 4th down. So 4th and 6 from the 40-yard line. Did not make it. Turnover on downs. Joseph Welch for a double option there, both with Alan Bowden as a fullback and then Rosenberger. And Welch decided to keep it up the middle, and that hole closed. So it'll be 1st down and 10 from the 36, 37-yard line for St. George's.
Sorry, Britton, had to change out a battery.
Well, I did my best to do play-by-play,
You did
and
good.
I'm not very good at it.
No, you did good.
I'm not
You
very
did
good
great.
at it.
Turnover on downs. Boy, nice
The
play.
defense is-
Austin Hill.
This is the kind of response we need from this Eagle defense.
Leading tackler for the Eagles.
That's a little bit of a gut check, either trading touchdowns. The first possession, they traded touchdowns. St. George's went in and scored, obviously, and then for St. George's to get the stop there. So this is a little bit of gut check for this defense, and this defense spent a lot of time on the field in the first quarter. Not something actually they're used to.
Second and 12. Oh, man, great play.
Well,
Preston Daniel right there, number 33. Boy, I thought they were going to run a go route on Zachary Brooks. I was afraid he was going to get beat. He pulled up. We had it played perfectly. Our outside linebackers are going to have to take those routes, those quick ones.
I'm surprised that Spencer Smith broadcast that route from the very beginning.
Yeah,
he knew
he
right
did.
where he was going.
He did.
It's a lot easier to see when you're up above.
Back to pass once again. No one open. Smith got a room to run.
Oh, good defense. Oh,
Oh.
going to call it targeting. Absolutely
we
not.
hit our own man.
Absolutely not.
That call was uncalled for. I'm sorry, I just don't see it. Great aggressive play.
Well, it wasn't as clear cut as the holding was where they scored
No, it wasn't.
for that touchdown. That was a judgment call. All right, that was, boy, demoralizing for the defense.
No more aggressive plays. Might as well just go over and just pat him on the back. Pass right in the hands. Dropped by Isaac Smith. Good coverage, just a great timing and great pass. Second down and 10. 10 seconds to go in the play clock. Twins, top of the screen. A lot of room. Possibly this deep slant. Quick little bubble route. Not going to have a lot of room to run. I mean, you got a situation right there, Britton. I mean, Carson Gagnon's coming up to make the tackle. He's thinking, if I come up and tackle this guy, I'm going to get a penalty. I'm going to get a intentional
Well, it'll take him a
hit
couple
to the
plays.
head.
A couple plays, they'll get back in the rhythm. Well, the receiver was wide open. We had two guys close on him.
Third down and 6, 9:19 to go. Looks like the same play, bottom of the screen. They might run a go route, though, this time. Nope. Right up the middle.
Oh, wow. They found a hole.
Found a crease.
Did not do a very good job wrapping up. Gave him an extra 15 yards from the first contact.
Little draw play. That's Britton, great play call. We all
The
thought
draw.
pass. We all thought pass.
Well, the draw is always a deadly play with a great pass offense.
Yep. Ball on the 26-yard line, 1st and 10, 8:45 to go, second quarter.
Quick slant. That's one of those quick reads Coach Rodriguez talked about. They're just going to read that linebacker. If he's split too far out, that's the quick route they're going to hit right in the middle, and it's going to be good for 5 to 10 yards every time.
Very impressed, Spencer Smith. Good quarterback, definitely a college quarterback.
If he had about 3 more inches on him, he'd definitely be a college quarterback. It's hard to be an effective college quarterback at 6'1".
Wow, same play?
Same play,
Yep.
other side.
They love a slant route. If they see it, they'll throw it, and he's usually right on the money with it. St. George's goes up by 2 scores, 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. Eagles will need to answer. Not the first time we've been down this year, but the first time we've been down by 2 scores. Kick is up and good, 21-7, 8 minutes to go.
Well, you're seeing why Spencer Smith is rated so well and why he is the #1 quarterback in yards per game in this Power 12 conference.
You know, we're not out of position on a lot of those plays. The very first play of the game we were, but other than that, we really haven't been. It's just a matter of you just got to get aggressive. You got to get aggressive.
Well, hopefully the offense, if we can take it down and punch this in, give the defense a chance to catch their breath.
That's right.
They had to come back out and then, had them stopped right here at the beginning of that drive, and then that personal foul, 15 yards. Judgment call on that. Didn't look as bad from here, but that gave them the first down and gave them some much-needed momentum, because the momentum had really shifted. We came out after they stopped us. We came out determined and stopped them, had them stopped, and then they gave them the first down on that play. That's a key. It was a key penalty.
They kicked that ball away from us. Nice move by Williams. Gets out to the 16-yard line. We kind of shifted over to the right, and they kicked back to the opposite side.
A smart play by St. George's to see that open space.
First and 10, ball on the 22-yard line. Excuse me, the 13-yard line. Is that right? No, 16-yard line. Jacob Hatcher back in at quarterback, still alternating with Welch.
Fumble the snap. That's not going to get anywhere.
We'll lose 2 on the play. Couldn't get the snap. Still handed off to Greenwood. Just couldn't. No room. No room.
Was that a sideline warning they just called? What was all this?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That referee pushing his hands back. I don't know if that was a sideline warning. I'm not sure what that was.
Bowden, Rosenberger, the backfield.
Coach Rodriguez, I think, has called timeout. All right, smart timeout. Something he didn't like. So Sean Wilkins, State Farm timeout. Again, call Sean Wilkins for auto, life, health, fire. Great agent, been my agent. My dad, been my agent since I needed one. People ask me, I've said this before, people ask me, why do I need an agent? Why don't I just call 1-800 fill in the blank? And I say, that's fine until you need an agent. And when you have a claim and you need an agent, 1-800 whatever is not going to make you happy. So when you call Sean Wilkins State Farm, Sean Wilkins is going to show up or make sure your problem gets fixed.
That's right. Been mine for 12 years, so glad to have Sean on board. Thank you for sponsoring this live stream. We'd love for you to join us as well. Sponsor your business here. Two tight end to the left side, actually 4. Rosenberger breaks 3 from the left sideline, dragging him down to the 45-yard line.
Great run.
Got Joseph Welch back in the game. I think that's a good call by Coach Rod. I see some continuity with Welch kind of going back and forth. I wondered if he would get to a point where going back and forth at some point he knew what it would be. He's the coach, and like, you know what, my gut tells me in this situation I like to have a senior in there. So great timeout, great first down.
Well, I like how he gathered the whole team around him in that timeout. Just calm them down. There's a lot of time left on this clock.
That'll be 9-yard gain by Rosenberger off the left side. Nice block, Dietrich Pennington.
Well, what you like right here is you get second down and 1. So you almost have a free down. You got to believe you can get a yard. So
we'll give Rosenberger a break. Like you said, Britton has been out for 2 weeks, so nice to see him back in and being productive. McMeans now in at tailback. Right up the middle. Well, we might lose a yard.
I was right back at the same spot.
Yeah, not much on that. They kind of read that play, that power left play.
Well, they've had a lot of film to watch for the Eagles running the football. That's what the Eagles have been doing. They've had a lot of film to watch. Be prepared.
3rd and a long one. Rosenberger back in at tailback. Williams split high right. Too tight. Bowden your fullback. See if we get quick handoff right up the middle once again. Breaks free. Rosenberger. 12-yard gain.
Rosenberger's just a powerful smash mouth football runner.
With great quickness.
Just great.
Great quickness.
That shows you, and being a senior, that shows you how important it is to have that kind of a runner in the backfield. That 3rd and 1, he was going to get a yard. He was not going to be denied.
Same exact formation. Williams in motion. We'll kind of shift the formation, see if we come back to the left side. Almost like a trap. Yeah, almost a trap play.
Yeah, trap that hole. St. George did a good job of closing that hole.
That'll be a gain of probably 3 yards. We'll get Bowden and Rosenberger a break. We'll go 2 wides. Lockhart in at fullback. He's going to move over to that right side as an H-back. McMeans your tailback. Ball on the ground.
Snap.
Welch on it.
That's the 2nd one.
Looked almost like an option play, Britton. I'm not sure what that replay shows. I'm not sure if they were heading that right side, but not sure if that was going to be an option or a tall sweep. Williams Gagnon at the top. Welch in the shotgun. Screen back to Preston Daniel. Wide open. First down, Eagles.
Well, that's one of those plays Coach Rodriguez told us that he was putting in this week if they were going to be really aggressive in blitzing.
And they were.
And boy, that play was wide open.
First time we've seen that this year, I think. Welch with the defender right in his face, calm, made the pass. Daniel got the ball, got upfield quickly.
That was well executed. Boy, if that slows up the defenders just a step, that's going to open up more holes in the interior.
Too tight, Williams in motion.
He's open. Boy, well defended.
Boy, tough pass. Still threaded in, but they got a nice hand on it.
Looked like he had a step on him, but there wasn't a lot of room between the end of the end zone.
I love the play call. St. George's had good defense on that play. Wasn't a lot of guys open. 2 tight end, Preston Daniel, Austin Hill. Gagnon, Williams, top of your screen. Rosenberger, your tailback. Handoff, once again.
Not much room. That's St. George's defensive line's doing a good job.
They are. That interior line is, at times they're not there, and at times they're giving us fits. 3rd and 10. Once again, kind of a long situation that we don't like to be in. I like it because I like to see what Coach Rod dials in. 3:18 to go in the half, before the half. Trips to the top, new formation. Haven't seen Austin Hill out that wide. Option play. Nice cut by Welch. It'll be short of the first down to the 18-yard line. We'll bring on Karn for an extra point, for a field goal attempt.
Well, I need to get some points on the board to answer that last score, being down by 2. Karn been very productive and effective as a kicker.
Pulled it. You just tell when it came off his foot. He just kind of came around the side and whipped it to the left.
We had too much power, too much distance.
Man, hate to not get those points before we get into the half.
Well, you're going to see some of the character of this team. You're going to find out what this team's made of. Down 21-7. Crosstown rival. As you said before the game, the last time ECS won against St. George's 2014. Is that correct?
That's right.
Last year, ECS winning with about a minute and a half to go. St. George's came from behind.
I would suspect them going to try to run the clock out.
Yeah,
Probably
they'd
a
love
gain
to
of
go
2.
in. They would love to go in up 21-7 at halftime.
Nice tackle by Lockhart, number 18, come across from that strong side linebacker position. Just under 2 minutes to go before half. They'll take their time, get the play clock all the way down to 0 probably before they'll snap the ball.
Marat.
St. George's will call a timeout with 1:35 to go in the half. Next week, USJ will be here in town. It will be homecoming at ECS. Last year, we lost twice to USJ, once in the season and once in the postseason. So it'll be nice to have them here. They lost a quarterback and a great running back, but still a lot of good players on their team. We've got since it's homecoming, it's going to be, of course, all alumni are definitely invited back. We love to have them here with the classes of 78, 88, 98, and 2008. Those will be having reunion parties. The festivities start at 3 o'clock for the Harvest Festival, 5 o'clock for the alumni dinner, and 6:30 will be the clown parade right before the game.
Yeah, at 6 o'clock will be the Mark Brink Auditorium dedication as well.
Motion in the backfield. Wow, the running back moved a foot, and we didn't get a call on the play. I don't understand how they did not see that. I mean, that was just as plain as day.
Oh, my word.
I mean, I don't know what else to say. I don't need a intention. That's not even a judgment call. That's a movement in the backfield, which is just illegal. You cannot move once you're set in the backfield.
No, if at that point he has to stay in motion.
Yeah, wow. That's 3rd and 4.
Same quick slant.
Yep. Well, they don't have much of a field goal kicker. We've seen that, so I don't think they can probably kick a 25-yarder. So they're not going to, unless they score, they're not going to get it in the end zone or even get it close. So I imagine they'll probably get close, take a couple long shots. Same formation, quick bubble route. Boy, nice tackle.
How about the block in the back right there?
Carson Gagnon came up and laid the wood. Wanted to make sure that wasn't a penalty. Second down and 5. Ball on the 42-yard line. 17 seconds to go. We probably go with one medium shot here, and then probably they'll go with one shot to the end zone. Great opportunity for a pick. Oh, yeah, fumble, ball on the ground. Nice play. Allen Bowden just knocked him out almost. Backside blitz. Dropped the ball, but was able to recover it. Boy, great play by Bowden.
I don't know how he got back on the ball. It's a
I don't
heads-up
either.
play by
I don't
Spencer
either.
Smith. All right, Sean Wilkins, State Farm timeout. Smart play.
Boy, we needed that turnover. Going to be a timeout. Coach Rod going to talk it over. We'll kind of pan the crowd here real fast. Say hi to our student section. Say hi to our cheerleaders working hard. Thanks, cheerleaders.
Yeah, let me announce those cheerleaders. I had a couple of names wrong, and a couple of people have been left out. I had a list that was incomplete, so I'm sorry about that. But Tierra Allen, Campbell Butcher was the one that I had left off, didn't realize. Kerrigan Childress, Claire Colley, Savannah Coons, Lane Dawson, Mia Floriani, Gabby Genero, Holly Huffman, Taylor Huffman, Ashlyn Kimler, Kate Learned, one of the ones I did not know about as well, Celie Ozier, Mary Virginia Rowland. I'll give you the rest here in just a minute.
That'll probably be the last play before the half. St. George's goes into the locker room up by 2 touchdowns, 21-7. Eagles will go in, they'll regroup. We'll come out to see who wins this second half. We didn't win the first half, that's for sure.
Let me finish this cheerleader list,
Yeah.
and then let's talk about where we are.
Okay.
So, Celie Ozier, Mary Virginia Rowland, Reagan Shackelford, Lauren Stevens, Evelyn Vanderswag, Addison Whitehorn, and then the sponsors, Melissa Amons and Ashley Colley. So, appreciate all that the cheerleaders do, the time that they spend putting in to support the team. So, really crucial. All right, Clayton. 21-7. 21-7.
Yeah.
Obviously, a little bit of a shock. ECS, I would assume, favored to win this game. Coming into the game, obviously in the Power 12, being 3-0.
Second play of the game, long bomb. Sometimes I like to just kind of take that off the board and just say they're up by 1 score. I think offensively we haven't moved the ball like I thought we would. I'm surprised how well their defensive line is playing. There have been some holes, and we've made some long runs. Our passing game hadn't done much yet. It's been kind of non-existent. So
in fact, we've had a couple of failed snaps, fumbled snaps, but we've had a couple of failed snaps.
Yeah.
Which we've not had thus far.
Yeah.
So
we've been in a lot of 3rd and longs, which requires us to pass, and we're a running team who chooses to pass on the 2nd and longers instead of the 3rd and long. So
we just haven't had to pass.
Yeah, we can do it. We just got to make our mind up. That's what we're going to do and go from there. But I think that's the key to the second half. We're going to have to put the ball in the air, get it into our playmakers' hands, and score quickly. We do get the ball to start the second half. That's going to be huge.
That's crucial.
And we've got to come down and score, get it within us 1-score game, and then I think we're back in this game.
Well, you score in that first possession of the second half, and I think 21-14. Psychologically, that's just not a big deal, and there's a lot of football left to play.
Yep, that's right.
All right, so I'm going to take we're going to take just a minute and get set up. We've got 2 different halftime interviews that we're going to bring to you.
Can the people out there like hear me?
No, no, it's on the live stream.
Okay. Oh my. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, welcome back for the halftime show. I'm joined by Elizabeth Perkins, a senior on the volleyball team. So, Elizabeth, thanks for joining us.
Thank you
kind
for
of on
having
a
me.
little bit of short notice. So, we have been hearing great things about the volleyball team. So, tell us a little bit about yourself. What position do you play? And then we want to know a little bit about volleyball this year.
Okay, so it's really exciting that our season has started off with such a great few wins, and I'm
So,
a
a big win against USJ, right?
Yes.
Don't want to interrupt you, but big
Oh,
win
no.
against USJ.
It was a great
Come
win.
from behind, I think, in a couple of those sets.
It was very tight towards the end, which is really stressful. So it was really nice to pull out that win in the end. We had another difficult game against an out-of-town, home away team, and we took them to 5 games, meaning they won the first 2, we won the second 2, and then we finished it off with the win in the end.
So 3 in a row, being down 2.
5
That's
games.
big.
It's a
And
lot.
then Germantown as well.
Right.
Beat Germantown. So
Yeah.
that's obviously three big wins. So matches. Tell us about what position you play, and then you've got some new coaches.
Yes. Okay, so I play the setter, and then when I'm not setting, I'm hitting outside, middle, or right side. So we have 2 setters. One awesome setter is Audrey Hutchins. She's setting out there for me too. And so she'll set me when I'm in the front row, and then I'll set her when I'm in the back row. And we have 2 awesome new coaches in our staff this year. It's Eric Bushock and Bethany, and they're awesome. And it's really nice to have a girl there because it's usually just Coach Danner, and we have some different assistant coaches, but we have a great staff this year. And our season's looking good. We have some fun student sections at our games. We
That's great.
want everyone to come show out because we have giveaways, gift cards, pizza, just a lot of fun stuff. It's a fun season.
Well, that's great. Well, congratulations for these early successes. So who would you say are your big rivals in volleyball in town?
Oh, yes. I'm glad you asked that. We actually have a really big rival this Tuesday. 6 o'clock is varsity on home game against TRA. It'll be really exciting because our assistant coach had just recently coached there, so we're kind of like really tight rivals with them. So it should be a good game. Hope to see a lot of people there.
And where is TRA from?
Tifton Rosemark?
Okay. And then who else are the other? So that's Tuesday night, 6 o'clock at Legacy Center?
Yes.
All right. Okay. And then who else are the big rivals here in town?
I'm trying to think. One really big one was Germantown because they're a pretty big school. So
Yeah.
taking a win on
They
them
have a lot
was,
more athletes
oh,
to
yeah.
choose from.
It's definitely harder picking from our school from a really big school, but it doesn't matter what group you pick from. It just matters how hard you play, I guess.
Well, so obviously you're a student athlete, so a student first. Excited about how well the season's going, but let's talk about how the year is going. How about
going
you've got
great.
a few changes, some changes in the look in the upper school, and even just the decor, and then some new people. So tell me about your first few weeks of being a senior.
It's been really exciting. It's crazy to think that I'm a senior. Every time I hear people say it, it blows my mind because I still feel like the littlest kid. But we do have our new principal, Mr. Brady, and he is just so on top of making things fun. And we just had Golf Appreciation Day. And as I'm walking through the hallways, we literally have a golf cart and with Mr. Brady driving through the hallways. But he is just so on top of being so inclusive of everyone and just making it a fun year. We have our senior lounge, which is the first year we've ever had that. So we're always in there hanging out, which is super fun, and it's a great privilege for seniors. And he's just trying to make new little adjustments that really affect the whole year, which has been exciting. I've only been a senior for like 2-3 weeks, but it's been really
So
fun
far, so good?
Yeah.
So we've heard that you're not the first one to talk about the senior lounge. So we've heard the senior lounge has been a big hit.
It's been awesome. It was a big surprise to us on the first day. We were all sitting in the chapel, and then he pulled up a FaceTime with one of our teachers, and he was walking into our senior lounge, and so then we all got to go view it, and it has a coffee maker and ping pong. So, like, during our study hall, we can go in there and chill, and there's tables. So, like, I need to get my homework done because I have volleyball games at night, so I usually end up doing my homework during there, but
Well,
yeah.
it's nice to have a place to go like that.
It is. It's super fun.
That's good preparation for college, too.
Right. Got to
Because
have
in
time
college,
management.
you got to choose where, and there may be a lot of people around, and so great preparation. So tell us, at ECS, just as a senior now, looking back, I don't know, how many years have you been here?
I came in the 3rd grade.
Okay, so a long time. What are some of your key takeaways thus far of being part of the ECS community and going to school here?
I think the ECS community is just so different compared to like other schools, like not just other private schools, but public schools too, because we have such a God-based like a curriculum in each class. I'm telling you, like, I'll be in math and my awesome math teacher will just like bring the Lord into what we're learning, and how that applies is so crazy to me. But we really put our students first, and we have some great faculty members, some that have been here for so long, like Mr. Brink. I'm in his Bible class this year, which is super fun.
One of the favorite classes
Yes.
from every senior every year.
Yes,
So.
it's the like iconic Bible class
Yeah.
that you look forward to. It's really makes me like question things and then like learn things. So ECS just
Teaching
like,
you to be a critical thinker.
oh yeah, really take a deep thought and not have the I don't know to the question.
Yeah.
That's not acceptable. But
Learn how to process it through a biblical lens. And you're right. God is a God of order, and so math comes out of order, and so
Right.
it's natural, but it's a gift to be able to talk about that in the class.
I agree.
So we're actually of course, Mr. Brink, the auditorium, will be celebrating that next week for
Right.
homecoming.
Yeah.
We'll be acknowledging him. So, well, we wish you the best the rest of your season.
Thanks
for
you.
coming up. Heard great things about the team, and come out and support the volleyball team.
Please do.
Next opportunity Tuesday night.
6
And
o'clock.
so congratulations and thanks a lot.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, we'll be joined by James Stiles here in just a second. All right, I'm joined by James Stiles. The name you've heard a lot this year so far since we've had a lot of touchdowns. So James Stiles with the Stiles Law Firm. But I want you to talk about your law firm. But first, I want you to tell us just a little bit about you. Obviously, you're an ECS graduate, but when were you here? Tell me about your family. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm 33 years old now. I graduated ECS in 2004. My sister, Natalie Wingo, she graduated here in 2001, and my brother.
Married to Billy Wingo?
Yes.
Now it's all coming together.
Exactly,
I see.
yeah. So my brother graduated here in 97, so we all went here from kindergarten to 12th grade. Most all of my good friends graduated from here as well, so I stay close with them. But ECS has been a lot to me. It's like I said, it's where I met my wife. So I met my wife Lori in the 6th grade here, and I proposed to her just across over there on the chapel.
Wasn't there a blurb about that in the alumni update or one of the updates? There was a deal. I read somewhere about you proposing to her on campus, which was really great.
Yeah, it was. It was where we met in the 6th grade, like I said. So ECS has been a very special place to me, and yeah.
Well, we appreciate you coming on as a sponsor this year. Without our sponsors, this equipment, you get to see what's behind the scenes. Most people don't see what's behind the scenes, but all these boards and switchboards and cords and cameras, multiple cameras, lights, all these things have to be purchased, and then we pay the students to help. So hopefully the students are getting some good broadcasting experience, support, technology. So we couldn't do it without you guys actually supporting. And then also, of course, money goes to ECS and the program and to support what's going on here that I know, having been an ECS graduate, or being an ECS graduate, that has impacted our lives. So let's talk about that for just a second. Name one or two people that you really stand out as mentors or people that impacted you while you were at ECS, if you have somebody in particular that comes to mind.
Yeah, I mean, really the whole staff. I know that's kind of a cliche to say, but the whole staff, I just remember even when I was 15, 16 years old, the thing that separated ECS and other schools and people to me was just the fact that they cared so much. That to me was special, and I took it, even then it was a special then and it's special now, and it's something that I try to take with me. Somebody said something to me a couple years ago that it doesn't matter what it matters how much you care, and I really do feel like the staff and the students and everybody at ECS was a huge influence, and they care, and I think that's what separated ECS really apart from everybody else. And if there's one person that stands out, I think it would be Coach Rulofs. He was, and I don't know if he is still here or not.
He is, he is.
He,
and the middle school gymnasium floor was named after him last year. So this year, Mark Brink Auditorium, the auditorium is being named after Mark Brink. We're announcing that or honoring him. It's already been announced, but it's a homecoming game. And then last year, the John Rulofs Court. So, yeah, the two people that have been mentioned tonight are two people that have things named after them inside these buildings, which is a great honor and testament to their legacy.
Absolutely. I think the way that he loved people and loved what he does was special, like I said, even then. So he was a huge impact just seeing how he lived his life. So, which, like I said, is a testament to all the teachers that really, when I grew up here, how they lived their life and the example that they showed on that was important to me. And like I said, the fact that they cared and invested in you was everything. I wouldn't be here today without that.
Well, we appreciate you sponsoring as the touchdown sponsor. And as we said, your name's been mentioned a lot. Of course, you get mentioned all the regular times as well.
Yeah.
But with the touchdown sponsorship, it's really worked out well. But tell us, I've tried to explain a little bit about what your law practice is about, but it'd be better coming from you.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So I started.
Where'd you go to law school?
I went to law school at Nashville School of Law. I got my undergraduate degree at LSU, and I worked for a couple of different law firms before starting my law firm close to 6 years ago. It is very hard to explain. The main focus of my law firm really is elder law, long-term care planning. So I boil it down to helping the elderly qualify for public benefits such as Medicaid and VA benefits, but also we do estate planning, probate work, a host of other different things. But
well, let me just say this. Having had my mother-in-law caring for her mother and having to work through all and navigate all of that, I know how taxing that was on her. And then my parents, my mom and my father, both having to do the same thing to navigate those benefits for my great uncle, my grandmother, and making sure they get it right and they don't make mistakes, because you're talking about the difference of tens of thousands of dollars.
Exactly.
The difference of a different degree of care that would otherwise might not be had.
Yeah, I mean, our focus is having the highest quality care for the longest amount of time. I mean, it really boils down to that, and giving not just the individuals a higher quality of care, but their family. Because as you know, it's a full-time job to take care of family members like that, and most individuals, son or daughter, they have their family as well. So it's helping people navigate that system and navigate those waters is really, I guess, the main goal and the main purpose of what we do.
But I know you do real estate law as well.
We
right?
do, yeah.
Business law,
In fact,
estate planning.
Exactly. In fact, my 7th grade teacher, Coach Alan Durham, I had a closing with him this morning. So he's an agent for Keller Williams now, and we closed out a property for him.
Oh, that's fun.
So, yeah, very interesting. But, yeah, we do a lot of real estate closings as well. Yeah.
Well, that's great. Well, we just want to tell you thank you for supporting us. Appreciate you making this possible, and thanks for spending a few minutes with us. So if people want to get in touch with you, what's the best way to do that?
Call us 901-881-0606. That's our office phone number. We have a free consultation, so that's really the best way to contact us, and I'd be happy to help and talk to them.
Well, thanks for supporting ECS.
Absolutely. I appreciate it.
All right, about 15 seconds to go before the kickoff, this second period of play. Britton, very crucial to come out and get a score here, I believe. I know we'll have other opportunities. I don't want to make you think that this is the only one we're going to get, but it's just always good to answer with a score to begin the second half. Just kind of puts you on a better trajectory.
Well, I do think it does a lot for the players to come out. If they could punch this ball in, all of a sudden, as we said, you're down by one possession, one touchdown, and psychologically that makes a big difference. Back deep, Carson Gagnon and Dawson Williams.
Little short pooch. Williams going to come up and grab it. Get back to this middle behind his wedge. Still a nice little return up to the 35.
I've been impressed with St. George's special teams play, especially kicking so far.
First and 10, 34-yard line, heading south. Welch in at quarterback. Bowden fullback, Rosenberger tailback, just like we started the game. Dawson Williams, the bottom of your screen. We're going to switch. We're going to go too tight right. Austin Hill. Boy, nice play at the middle. Rosenberger picks up
First down.
10 yards. First down, Eagles. I love that too tight package. It's just you block down on those guys. It just creates space on that side for Rosenberger, and he hits the hole so well.
Well, you mentioned it in the second quarter. Coach Rodriguez going with Joseph Welch for a lot of that second quarter and coming out here to start this second half, having a senior in that role.
Once again, power gain right up the middle. Rosenberger does a great job hanging on to the ball. He'll pick up 4 on the play.
A good job by the offensive line, giving them a little bit of room.
Josh Kroll, number 90, comes into the game, replacing Austin Hill at tight end. Welch gets the play. Second down and 7. Williams split up top. Handoff once again. Rosenberger, same play. Nice hole. First down, Eagles, down to the 40-yard line of St. George's, a pickup of 10.
Well, he just ran right over Jake Hurley, number 22. Good tackle by Jake. He's going to feel that one tomorrow.
Hurley's a big kid. He's a running back as well. Two tight ends on the right. We'll flip it over. Preston Daniel, Josh Kroll. Little movement on offensive line. Not sure what happened there. Didn't get the snap. That'll back us up 5.
Center to quarterback snap has not been as crisp as we've seen. That's not been an issue so far this year for the Eagles.
It had. You can see that delayed set go, and we didn't quite get the ball.
Well, this has been a very disciplined team. Last week, I think, only had 2 penalties for possibly 15 yards, so not a lot of penalties. And two big ones already tonight. 15 yards that really led to the St. George's touchdown.
We're going to come out in that same package on the left side. We're going to flip over, come back to the right. Rosenberger, nice move outside, down the sideline. Pickup of 10 on the play, down to probably the 35, 34-yard line. That'll bring up second down and 5. Great play.
Well, second down and 5, second down and 3.5 maybe. Gives you a lot of options.
Oh, it does.
Well, 2nd and 3 on the 34 4-yard line.
Same formation, Britton. Boy, nice
Smash
play
mouth
again.
power football.
Boy, nice block by Tyler Giles.
I think Coach Rodriguez has found a play that he likes.
He did. Tyler Giles got a nice. The guy rushed him, and Giles just held on, turned him out.
They sealed off that end. Those interior linemen didn't have an opportunity to pursue at all. I'd like to see that play with a naked boot.
Rosenberger once again, nice cut, nice move, still on his feet,
Still
dragging him down to the 6-yard line. Cameron Rosenberger.
But great to have Cameron back after being out for 2 weeks with that high ankle sprain.
So strong, legs so strong. You know, we get those big wins, and you don't think that you miss somebody till you get in a situation like this, and you think, we've missed him.
We missed him.
We have missed him.
Well, and especially when you're talking about power football,
Yeah.
you know, Jalen is a guy that has a lot of speed. You give Jalen he's like Dawson. You give him a little bit of open field, and he's going to make big things happen. Cameron's a guy you want to give the ball to and let him run right up the middle.
Well, Dawson Williams has a slant wide open. I don't think we'll go to it, but goodness.
I wouldn't go
Rosenberger going in to the touchdown. Cameron Rosenberger from 8 yards out. Touchdown Eagles, exactly what we needed, Britton. We talked about it. Crucial that we score with 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. Your Eagles 13, St. George's 21.
Great answer for a James Styles touchdown. We just met James, and we've already said his name.
Karn's kick is up and good. We got the high school guys down on the board doing the push-ups. Nice to have the pep band in the stands as well.
Well, atmosphere is good.
All right, we'll see if the defense can step up and get a hold.
Are you charging that battery? That other battery? Are they charging it? Yeah. Okay.
Chandler Karn will tee it up. He'll be kicking south towards Macon Road. He's not had one return tonight. All have been in the end zone.
Well, St. George's has some athletes, so you prefer to have it in the end zone. Don't give them a chance to touch the ball.
Nice kick. That will be non-returnable as well. So that'll be 1st and 10 on the 20 for the Griffins. We're going to see if we can't get a few scores from the area.
Yeah, let me announce a couple of things going on. Reminders for us. Men of ECS Wednesday this week coming up, September the 12th at 11:30 in the Legacy Center. Men of ECS, Preston Albertine will be there, an ECS grad that's now serving with Streets Ministries.
Quick handoff on the right side. Nice yardage. Probably one of the longer running plays they've had.
It was a slow play as the whole line just shifted around.
Timber King off the right edge.
Another announcement, again, remember September 14th, next Friday, is homecoming. So you've got the Harvest Festival at 3 o'clock, the alumni dinner at 5 for all alumni, not just those having their reunions. Mark Brink Auditorium dedication at 6, Clown Parade at 6:30, and the game at 7.
Same play around the right edge. Austin Hill, Ethan Saunders come up to knock him out. That'll be maybe a gain of 1, maybe. Great position, great reads.
Another announcement, don't forget the Steve Collins Classic. That's Monday, September 24th, to honor Steve Collins, one of the ECS greats at Windike Country Club. There's 2 tee times, 8 o'clock and 1 o'clock. So you can sponsor, you can play, you can join them for lunch. Reach out to Karen Jamison.
3rd down and 5. Little fake handoff, boot out the back. Nice little fake bootleg for the first down, Griffins.
That was a big 3rd down. They picked up 15 yards.
Nice play. Austin Hill got his hands around his ankles, was able to slow him down just a bit before the Eagles could wrap him up. Second down and 7, Britton. Kind of a classic pass down for the Griffins. Would like to see us tighten up. I'd like to see us bring some pressure here. Make him make a bad decision.
Well, we have pretty good cornerbacks.
Here we go. Austin Hill.
He was on it.
Yep, stay with him.
Great
Nice
play.
play.
Reaction
Didn't give
by
up.
Austin.
Didn't give up. Gain of 1. 3rd and probably 5.
Well, Austin didn't make that tackle immediately, but him being there caused the receiver to shift, which gave time for the rest of the defense to pursue.
That's right.
So he played that ball really well. And
well, he couldn't go upfield. 3rd and 5, 6:16 to go in the 3rd quarter. Griffins up 21-14. Back to pass, little screen.
dropped it.
Dropped it. Huge play for the Eagles. That'll bring up 4th down.
Stop.
See if they'll bring on their punt team. Doesn't look like it. Actually, Spencer Smith does punt for them, I believe, Britton, but but it doesn't look like they're going to do it.
They need to call timeout.
I mean, they're going to, quick punt.
Man, that wasn't very smart. They had men open. Well, big defensive stop, to get the ball coming out of the start of the second half, go down and score with just smash mouth football running right over them. Same play again, power football, and essentially daring them to stop you. And then for that defense to make that stop right there, if the Eagles can march the distance here, go the distance of the field, pick up a score, now you've got a tie ball game. Being at home, you got to think that momentum shift in the second half is going to go a long way to pushing the Eagles to a higher level of play.
Rosenberger off the left side.
Slipped. Well, he would have had probably 7 or 8 yards. Looks like he slipped. Again, looked like a power play on the left-hand side. The top of your screen. Oh, he did pick up 5 yards even though he slipped. You got twins right in the bottom of your screen, an eye back formation. Quick handoff again to Rosenberger. He picked up about 4 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd down and 1 or 2, maybe 3rd and a yard and a half, maybe 3rd and 2. So yeah, picked up 3 yards. 3rd and 2, crucial 3rd down here on your own 30-yard line.
Third down 2, 4:30 to go in the third quarter. Williams split bottom of your screen. Rosenberger your tailback. Bowden at fullback. Austin Hill, Josh Kroll flipping over too tight left. Boy, they saw that coming. Was never there. Great play by the Griffins.
We're going to have to run a naked boot out of that because we ran the play 8 times in a row.
Well, great stop by St. George's.
Yeah, 3 and out. That's a big stop for them. Big answer. It's a good high school football game. Boy, a great punt.
Boy, it really was.
They didn't have anybody rushing.
Great punt down to the 35-yard line.
That was at least a 40-yard punt.
And a bad snap, so he did a great job just to get it off, much less kick a 40-yard punt. All right, defense, we need to step up and stop him once again.
Well, this is a well-coached football team, ECS football team. I'm going to talk about this coaching staff here in just a minute. A lot of college experience on the staff and very well respected in the coaching circles in Memphis. A lot of time.
Not quite. Just open a bit, Britton. It's kind of scary.
Cannot give that quarterback, Spencer Smith, the leading quarterback in the city for yards per game and TDs per game. You cannot give him that much time.
Not to Isaac Smith. He's already hurt us long tonight, so we've got to cover that up.
Spencer Smith.
Well, the receiver, Isaac Smith.
Isaac Smith's the receiver.
Yeah.
Smith to Smith?
Smith to Smith.
I thought you were talking about the quarterback.
No.
Yeah, Isaac Smith
movie?
He's quick.
Wasn't that a movie? Mr. and Miss Smith?
Yeah, I didn't see it.
I didn't either. All right, trips bottom of the screen.
Who's got time for movies?
I don't. Not for those. Got a little warning here to Isaac Smith. He's going to leave the field. Knee pads weren't over his knees, so we had a little equipment failure.
Well, that's good.
That happened last week at an ECS 7th and 8th grade game. They'll take you out. Just like you were, if you had your helmet come off. All right, doesn't look like they changed the play. Get a little pressure, wide open. Oh! Jacob Epperson right through his hands. Great coverage. A little bit high, tough ball to get. Would have been a great catch. He is a receiver, so.
Big third down, 3rd and 10.
Britton St. George's has gotten away from that quick run-pass option, and they've gone deep here. Kind of gotten out of their playbook a little bit. They're up. I'm surprised. You would think they were down.
I think they were going for the throat.
I mean, I guess so. I don't know.
2 deep passes in a row.
They've moved the ball all night.
It's worked for them. Be wary of the draw.
Blitz up the middle, inside linebackers, quick. Up.
That's going to be.
I threw it.
Pass interference.
Dadgummit. Boy, he was a little early.
He was early.
He was a little early.
I was surprised the flag didn't come out sooner.
I thought it wasn't going to come out.
He was he went for the ball, but
he went through the man.
He went for the ball, but he went through the man.
Tough break for the Eagles.
Well, Clayton, that's 2 penalties.
2 tough penalties.
2 big penalties. Man. The 15-yarder that led to a touchdown in the first half, and now that penalty on a crucial stop would give him the ball midfield. This has been mostly a penalty-free Eagle team. Handoff up the middle.
Boy, he's going backwards. Nice play. Allen Bowden, Dietrich Pennington,
now,
Paul
I like to
Ellis.
see that. We have trips left, the bottom of your screen. Empty back set. Great pursuit by the defensive line. Did not give him much time to get that ball out there, but if they do this, you talked about it, they run this empty back set to give their quarterback more time, more options to get the ball out there. It's really playing to their strengths. That time the defensive line pursued really well, and the ball was just slightly underthrown.
Once again, 3rd and 10.
Big third down.
Just got to get our defense off the field. Looks like we're bringing the whole house. Quick pass. Boom! What a play! Woo!
Boom!
Jacob Epperson laid him out.
Huge play.
In his hands, comes out. Epperson said, no, sir, not tonight. No more slants on me.
That's big for momentum.
Well, what a great tackle.
Now we'll see how we line up. I don't know if they'll try a fake right here, but we don't have enough.
Oh, terrible kick. End over end. It's like a kickoff. Down to the 26-yard line.
Well, a great stop by the defense. Great answer. Again, it's a great high school football game. 21-7, 2 minutes to go in the third. I got the stats from the first half, Clayton. St. George's had 224 yards of offense. The Eagles had 139. Each ran about 27, 28 plays. St. George's was 10 for 17 for 189 yards. Your Eagles 2 for 5 for 25 yards. So what we expected, 189 yards passing by them and rushing 114 yards by the Eagles.
All right, Joseph Welch back under center. Epperson in motion. Rosenberger right up the middle. Nice hit, bounces off, gain of 3.
I mentioned Jonas Rodriguez was defensive coordinator at Innsworth prior to coming to ECS, but he was a fullback at Yale University, so he and also played fullback at NBA in Nashville, so has a offensive pedigree, and he's one that's heavily involved in this offense.
Epperson Williams, split bottom of your screen. Rosenberger, option play, gets to the outside, nice block by Bowden. Nice
Great
patience.
block, Bowden.
McMeans, on his feet. Matthew McMeans. Apologize, thought that was Rosenberger. Didn't see him into the game. Boy, pick up of probably 30 yards. Great play call.
St. George's has a man down on our sideline. Probably a cramp. Yeah, we talked about it. They don't have as many backups as the Eagles do. So the longer this game goes, the bigger the advantage that is, I think, for ECS.
Boy, let's talk about that run. Just a minute, Matthew McMeans. I mentioned Rosenberger because I saw him waiting on his block like Rosenberger does so well.
He does, you're right.
McMeans
He
has more speed.
waited for it the play to develop.
Yeah, he was patient, let it open up. Bowden, once again, great kick-out block. Just a great run. Nice to give Rosenberger a break. We'll keep McMeans in the ball game. Welch, 5'10", 172, gets under the center. 1st and 10, ball on the 49 of St. George's. .113 to go in the third period. Pass. Look at him. Preston Daniel wide open down the sideline to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Daniel, ECS. Great play action pass. Joseph Welch took his time, put the ball on the money.
Well, he had Dawson Williams. Was that Dawson Williams or Gagnon? That was Gagnon was wide open too.
Right by him.
He had two guys wide open. They're thinking run, run, run. Look at these linebackers. You watch the replay. Watch the replay. These linebackers, they hit the line of scrimmage. They've packed that box in. And Coach Rodriguez talked about it. A couple of key plays that if they pack that box, he's going to respond, and you saw it right there. He just did. He had two guys wide open. So another James Stiles touchdown. Stiles Law Firm touchdown.
That'll tie it up. 21-21, 1:02 in the third period of play. We got the push-up board down here. We got a cheerleader up there now. Not sure who we have, but
You got cheerleaders doing push-ups.
man, hey, thanks
That's
to Coach.
impressive.
Thanks to Coach Anna Bowers, that core class building these girls up.
They just had a cheerleader do 21 push-ups.
Boy, that's great. I love it.
Well, let's say thanks to our cheerleaders. It's a good entree. They earned it. So Tierra Allen, Campbell Butcher, Kerrigan Childress, Claire Colley, Savannah Coombs, Lane Dawson, Mia Floriani, Gabby Genero, Holly Huffman, Taylor Huffman, Ashlyn Kimler, Kate Learned, Celie Ozier, Mary Virginia Rowland, Reagan Shackelford, Lauren Stevens, Evelyn Vanderswag, and Addison Whitehorn. And your coaches, sponsors are Melissa Amons and Ashley Colley. That's going to be deep.
5, almost 7 yards deep in the end zone. Britton was nice to meet James Stiles at the PDG halftime show. I'd like to get a few more of our sponsors in just to tell us a little bit about their life and thank them for joining us on the live stream.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to do that, at least one. And great to hear from Elizabeth Perkins, senior volleyball player.
We've got Josh Kroll, Tyler Giles, and Josh Hartsuff, that front three defensive line. Those guys have been in all night. Preston Daniel, Austin Hill. Boy, nice. Oh, overthrown. Confused me a little bit. The handoff was great fake. Second down and long. Seems we've been most effective when we stop them on that first down play.
Well, John Varlas tweeted out, upset brewing between St. George's and ECS. The Griffins lead undefeated Eagles 21-7, but thankfully he was wrong. It's 21-21, so it's not over.
Boy, nice tight end dump. Hadn't seen that tonight.
No, that's a new play.
Great play call. That'll pick up probably 20 on the play down to the 40-yard line.
Germantown over Carterville 35-2. Some scores from the Power 12. Harding leads Bolivar Central 26-6, a team that we play. Harding, a team we play later this year.
First and 10, ball on the 41. Handoff, number 4, Timber King, probably maybe 1. Oh, ball on the ground. Picked up by Gagnon.
They're calling him down. They're calling him down.
Boy, the ball looked out. I don't believe it was down.
I don't know. We watched the replay here, and I don't know. You'll have to watch it at home, make up your own mind. I will say this. I don't know if that was a bad call, but I've yet to see us get a call.
Definitely a passing situation. 2nd down and 8.
They're going to let that quarter roll out.
Here we go. Entering the 4th quarter of play. Your Eagles score twice this 3rd period. Coach Rodriguez out on the field talking to his guys.
Score from the Power 12. NBA leads MUS 7-6 at the half.
Wow. Closer than I would expect. Any word on Lausanne?
No word yet. Here it is. Lausanne leads Whitehaven 20-7 late in the 3rd.
Tell you, Britton, this game is not too unlike last year's game at St. George's. Kind of a back and forth battle. Big Paul Ellis in at nose guard. Quick pass. Pick up probably 6.
Short 3rd down. 3rd and 1.
Zachary Brooks defending on the tackle. Just quick. We've got to get ready for those balls. They're just so fast, but we've got to be ready. They're going to be bringing them. 3rd and short.
Clayton, the ladies soccer team, ECS won last night 3-2 over St. Benedict. Scored a goal with 1 minute left in regulation to go ahead.
I believe they played today at 4 against
They
Jackson
did.
Prep.
I do not have that score yet.
Huge soccer tournament in town this weekend. Movement in the backfield. There we go. Come on, make the play. That'll be movement in the backfield. That'll back him up 5 yards. Tyler Giles kind of limping off a little bit. Hopefully just some cramps.
Well, they finally picked up on the movement. Not the first time they've moved.
It hasn't. It hasn't been. I mean, it's obvious. Sometimes it's hard to see certain positions, but the running back is by himself.
Girls soccer got a score from the Sam Kelly. And from Marvin Coleman, just came in. Thanks, guys, for that. Girls soccer tied Jackson Prep 1-1.
Boy, great game. Third down and 6. Across the middle. Great play.
Overthrown.
Yep, a little bit behind him. Great stop by the Eagles. I would expect another punt. A little bit of frustration on the faces of the Griffins. Hadn't been able to put anything together this second half. Flag on the play. Terrible kick. Let's decline it. Take the ball at the 35-yard line. Yep,
decline it.
Coach Rod shows a decline sign.
That's a smart play. That was a bad punt.
Here we go, 10:43 in this 4th period.
Boy,
Scores tied.
Great to get field position at the 39-yard line.
Boy,
A
even
lot
better.
of time. This is like starting a game right here.
Yeah,
It's like
it is.
0-0.
It is.
You get the ball. It's a 10-minute,
10 minutes.
11-minute game.
Almost like a jamboree. Let's see who's going to win this quarter.
You know, when I was growing up, Saturday morning wrestling, this would be a loser leave town match. Wrestling. Saturday
Mid-South.
morning wrestling.
Mid-South.
Jerry the King Lawler.
Hatcher hands off to Rosenberger. Once again, a little trouble handling the snap.
Well, Hatcher being in a quarterback opens up the passing game a little bit more. He's been the go-to guy on passing downs this year.
He hasn't connected tonight.
But he's got a good release, good arm, really strong arm. Transfer from West Memphis, Arkansas.
Handoff right back up the middle. Nice patience. Nice to the middle.
Man, tripped the guy
Rosenberger
on the
just
ground.
tripped over him.
Had a guy on the ground, looked up, tripped him.
Gain of 4, bring up third down and probably 3, a long 3.
Looks like they're working on some cramps. Yeah, they don't have a lot of. Who's number 22 for them? That's Jake Hurley. Yep. You see him. Looks like he's working out some cramps. The Eagles have
Big
more
play.
depth.
Big play. Allen Bowden, fullback. They're bringing the house. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Gets to the outside. Not going to make it.
That's what it means.
Here we go. Welch coming in. Not sure if we'll do a quick kick or go for it. Looks like we're going for it. Eagle fans are on their feet. Push. He's got the first
He got
down. Joseph Welch right up the middle.
Spot is good for the first down. Wow, gutsy call with 8 minutes left in the game.
With the ball on our end of the field.
Not even across the 50 yet.
Boy, tough to take Welch out in a situation like that.
That's a gutsy call. I like that. Going for it on fourth down. I like it because he got it.
Well,
if he didn't get it.
keeps the ball out of their hands.
That play with Welch has worked all year. They've run it on the goal line. That's a goal line play.
Just a little bit overthrown. Just great coverage. Led the ball too far to the outside. He needs to bring that to the inside where the field was wide open.
If he brings it to the inside, Dawson has a chance. It was well covered, though, by St. George's. I'm going to run through our sponsors again and say thanks. You, Clayton, at Pediatric Dental Group. My kids go there. Love you as their dentist. James Stiles Law Firm. We talked to him at halftime. And Sean Wilkins State Farm.
Second down and 10. Rosenberger, the tailback. Boy, he pounds ahead, picks up 5 yards.
Just smash mouth power football like we talked about.
He didn't even wait on Evan Lockhart to lay a block. He saw some green grass and took it.
Ready to go. Thanks also Darren Wilkes at Benny James, Tim Wilson at Compliance Associates, Scott House with Bank 3.
3rd and 5. Jacob Hatcher, your quarterback. Dawson Williams will come in. We'll get an extra receiver. Get Josh Kroll out. Austin Hill left tight end. 5 seconds to go. 4, 3. Doesn't see the play clock. We got a timeout called. Hatcher never saw it.
All right, that's going to bring up a Sean Wilkins State Farm timeout. Coach just got the timeout in right before the clock expired. Hate to have to take a timeout like that. But give them a time to talk about what they're going to do. But crucial third down play, so probably not a bad idea to have a timeout right now.
It's a big play. I think we needed the call, but it's a good call regardless.
I'm going to say thanks also to our additional sponsor I didn't thank that last round, Strategic Financial, Hamp Holcomb, Bill Edwards, Chandler Gagnon, and Barrett Jones. Strategic Financial, call them for your financial planning needs. Again, don't forget, plumbing, HVAC, appliance repair, call Darren Wilkes. Be the first one to call him and mention that you heard it on the live stream. You'll get $100 off whatever service you receive.
Too tight end. Quick pass to Williams.
He's short.
Just short of the first down by probably a yard. A little bit low, couldn't quite pick the ball up. Bring up another fourth down. Welch back in the game.
Oh, he got the ball on the line. He caught the ball on the line, came back. They didn't give him the spot where he caught the ball. I watched the replay. If you're at home, you can watch that.
They're all bunched in the middle. Everybody's on the line.
Oh.
Just a little bit of movement in the backfield by Bowden. That'll back us up 5.
We're going to have to punt. Penalties not hurt us so far this year, but been a huge impediment to momentum, and even really, I would say, led to one of the Griffin touchdowns, and that 15-yard personal foul gave him a first down on a crucial stop. So this has been a very disciplined team so far, but
yep, there we go. Missing a key ingredient, the punter.
10 seconds on the play clock. Low snap again.
He'll catch that at the 13-yard line. St. George's 7:17 to go. We'll get the ball back.
Clayton, an advancement announcement starting Monday evening, September the 24th, running through the 28th. We will have an advancement campaign called 100 New Donors, looking for 100 new donors in 100 hours. So this will target people who have never given to the school before, and the money will go directly to the annual fund. So be looking for that.
Pass a little low, pick up 5 on the play.
You know, we talk about this coaching staff. We haven't run through them, but defensively, you've got Scott Vogel, who coached at St. George's when they won the state title, who played safety at Memphis, one of the co-coordinators.
Going deep. Boy, right over the head of Brooks.
Brooks looks like he's got some kind of a cramp.
A couple times tonight he's been thrown over the top. Boy, you get caught with your head in the backfield, Britton, and you're not guarding your guy. All right, let's start it over here. Ball on the 50, 1st and 10.
St. George is going to try to line up quickly, catch us off guard. Looked like we had a little stunt on there. Boom!
Boy, nice tackle.
I think Brooks was fired up.
I think
Said,
he was.
Not in my house.
I think he was. He's had enough of that.
Well, I like Alan Ballon went over to help him up. I like that combo. I like the smackdown combo and the help up combo. Loss of 3. That's not something we've seen a lot tonight.
No, you got to. Well, he that wasn't his first option. We covered his first option. That was his second. Great play by Brooks.
Watch his quick slant.
Up, going deep again. Not much room. Oh, let's get a play here. Let's make a play.
On Dawson.
Oh, yeah. Let's throw a flag.
Like defensive pass
Boy,
interference.
I don't see how our guy goes down and there's no call. Man.
Oh, flag of holding, looks like. Yeah, that took so long.
Well, that's
That was good defense. Great coverage. I mean, Dawson was in great position. I don't know if his feet got tied up. Looked like he might have been pushed. It's hard to tell from this angle. Brings up a big second and long. I like the field position move there.
third down. Well, that's actually second down. Replay that down over. Second down and 27.
Well, he had a long time again.
Incomplete. Overthrows him. Great coverage.
Big third down play. This is third and Walnut Grove. Is Walnut? Yeah, third and Shelby Farms.
Third and Shelby Farms, Farm Road. Boy, it'd be huge to get a turnover here. I don't think they'll put the ball in the air. I would think they'd settle with a draw, but
I think Spencer Smith's too smart to throw a pick here.
be a little out and up. We're
Well,
holding
I don't know how
again.
He's holding. Cannot get the first down. Well, they'll go for
Boy,
it.
he almost got it. Wow.
It's holding again.
Held his jersey. I
I
mean,
mean,
just it's just it's easy to see.
When the hands are reached out and the jersey stretched out, that's called
Yeah,
holding.
when you can't run away from a guy, that's a hold.
They haven't called it all night. Well, they called it a few minutes ago. I don't know what the difference was.
Fourth down and 5, still 5 yards to go. St. George's will call a timeout to think this over. 5:20 to go. They're thinking they may not get the ball back if they don't score here. That's what
I
they're
would
thinking.
not be surprised to see them go for it, especially after that last punt, which were about 18 yards. Yeah, this coaching staff, you got Manuel Burton, who played tight end at Arkansas State. Scott Vogel played safety at Memphis. Trey Adams, he kicked at Memphis and also Delta State. Ben Todd was a long snapper at Bethel. Steve Williford played at Mississippi State. Hardy Buck played for Nick Saban with our own Barrett Jones and Harrison Jones at Alabama. He also coached at Oregon State, Nebraska, Florida before coming here. And then Coach Ruvalcaba, a native of California, played with some big-time ball out there. So a lot of experience. And, of course, Jonas having played at Yale, you've got a lot of college experience, a lot of deep coaching experience, and that's certainly crucial in positions like this.
Boy, we got a wide split. I'd like to watch Carson Gagnon. There's slant. There it is. There it is. Come up. Dadgummit right there. You saw it coming, didn't you? You saw it coming. We got to get on the inside of that receiver.
Got a cramp.
Yeah, got to get on the inside of that guy. He's not going to run by you on the outside.
Well, big fourth down conversion for St. George's.
I mean, second down and 32. And then third down, get that many yards. That's tough.
Well, it's tough when they got 30-something yards on a hold.
A lot of these guys going both ways on both teams tonight, so cramps beginning to set in, both sides.
5:14 left. 21-21, each team with 2 timeouts left. 1st and 10 from the 37. We're working on restoring that clock on the right-hand screen, right-hand top of your screen to see the scoreboard. The battery has a short life, so keep having to replace those. Holding again, that we finally got the call. Finally got the call on holding.
All right, good. Hey, we'll take that. Back them up 10. Repeat first down.
I mean, he had him wrapped up. I may have to get some insight from Scott Broadway, our collegiate official. Just see if he's Scott, text me and let me know if what we're seeing is not holding, because it sure looks like when their arms are outstretched and your jersey is in their hand and it's stretched out and they're running away from you. I don't know. It seems like holding, but maybe after 2 holdings in these last 2 possessions, maybe they'll stop. I don't blame them. I'd hold too if nobody's calling it.
Boy, run right up the middle.
Quick handoff.
2nd down. Get them back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe gain of probably a 2nd down and 9. I think they would love to melt this clock down. Great ball game. Just what we expected. Quick passes.
Are you kidding me? I'm not sure what just happened. There's a penalty on the play. I don't understand. I just watched that play on the replay.
I think we're just playing too rough. We're just playing too rough out here.
They just gave him 15 yards because the guy's standing up. 3 players holding him up, and he comes in and cleans him out. I don't understand. I don't know what to say. I'm speechless.
Well, I hate to see a penalty do that. Get them down to the 15-yard
Well,
line.
it's just two penalties called the same way each time, giving them 15 yards.
They're going to run right here, aren't they? No. Nice play. Boy, Williams beat quickly, recovered. Was able to bat it away. Maybe a little early, but just got his hands up, got in his way. Well, we need a turnover.
Yeah, we do.
Some kind of bad. 3:43 to go in this 4th quarter. Fortunately, they don't have much of a field goal kicker.
They got a quarterback.
Maybe he can do it. Trips left, top of the screen. Oh, quarterback draw. Not going to go much. Whoop, don't hit. We better be careful hitting with our helmets. That was Saunders. Third down and 9. We'll call it 10 even. Huge play. Trips top of the screen. They love to go to number 1, Isaac Smith. Dietrich Pennington.
He
Tips the
batted
play.
the ball.
Nice play.
Oh, almost. Great play, Dietrich Pennington.
Wow, great hustle, Pennington, on that play.
Man, he dug deep for that. ball almost intercepted off of his tip. That ball floated for a long time, and I think 2 or 3 guys touched it after Dietrich. Boy, Dietrich has come out strong tonight.
So we got a 34-yard field goal
from the right hash.
Boy, right down the middle. Right down the middle. He didn't have much left, but he got that one through. That's all you need. 2:47 to go in this fourth period of play. St. George's moves ahead, 24-21. Plenty of time left in the ball game. We'll go to a 2-minute offense. All we need is a score. We'll win the ball game. See if we can dig down deep. Coach ought to gather the guys up and see what we're made of. We'd love to go to 4-0 going into next week.
I don't know what kind of block we had on right there, but we did not get any penetration, and I can tell you the coaches were not happy.
All right, let's get a great return here by Williams or Gagnon or whoever. Field position is going to play a huge role in depending on what plays we call.
MUS leads NBA 14-7. It's an update. Sorry, 12-7.
Yep, more of a little squib kick. Let's pick that up and get some yards. Wow.
No, that's ECS ball.
ECS ball. Boy, that was close.
Yeah, it was.
Whew, too close for me. Heads up play.
All right, 2:47.
All
Joseph
right.
Welch back in the game, your senior quarterback.
That's right. You got to get him in here. They work on this every week, this 2-minute offense. We're going to split Gagnon and Williams, bottom of the screen. Rosenberger just offset to the left, to the right of
Movement again.
2 guys moving.
2 of them.
All right, we're going to. Coach Rod, we're gonna sub on that one. Can't do that again. All right. No time off the clock. That's the main thing.
A quarterback draw.
Good game. Yeah, probably 3. He was in shotgun, so he had to pick up 4 to get back to the original line of scrimmage. 2:30, clock running. Still second down and probably 12 or 13.
Eagles have 2 timeouts left. So does St. George's.
Williams in motion. Nice. Oh, hot dog. Boy, he had that ball. Came down and hit his knee. Great pass on the money. Tough catch. Williams got it.
Big 3rd down and 13.
Hit his knee as he was bringing it in. All right, here we go. Two more times. Clock stops. 1:58 to go.
$13 on the play clock. $5 on the play clock.
Trips, top of the screen. Williams to the bottom. Nice play by
First
Gagnon.
down,
First down,
Gagnon.
Eagles. 48-yard line. Great adjustment.
That's going to stop the clock.
Came open late. Huge play. Tell you what, Wilt stayed in the pocket.
He did. He stayed in the pocket. Good protection by
Great
that offensive
protection.
line.
Great protection.
He had a long time to get that ball off.
And go trips top of the screen once again. Nice play.
Got to get Dawson out of bounds.
Yeah,
No,
couldn't
he's
quite
in
get
bounds. Oh, he got the first down. Get the first down. That'll stop the clock. Give him time to set up with 1:26.
Great pass by Welch. Great play by Williams. Getting the extra yardage. That'll stop the clock. All right, we'll spike the ball, stop the clock. 1:22 to go. Second down and 10. Well, these are those times I'd love to be on the headset, listen to what these guys go through. Coach Rodriguez just talking it over. What do we call? Do you ever mix in a run? How many timeouts, Britton? 2 timeouts left? Yep. Kind of a trip. Preston Daniels split out a little bit from his tight end position. We're going to go once again. Boy, just a little bit long.
Dawson, yeah. They weren't in sync on that one.
Had him open, just missed him. Stops the clock.
It's going to bring up third down and 10. Timeout, St. George's.
$1:19. We'll get a breather here. Couple plays left. Looks like Hatcher may have been getting ready to go in the game on the sideline.
Well, Hatcher definitely opens up your pass game.
Well, very similar, eerily similar to Webb. Marching down the field. Except there was a little more time on the clock when we played them. All right, we do have Jacob Hatcher. He's entered the game. A little more of a throwing threat. Get some good blocking up front. Well, they're bringing a blitz.
And he threw a bullet.
Boy, too hard, too hard. Just, you got to lay that ball up. Wide open.
Came after him.
All right, here's your ball game right here. Fourth down.
Jacob did a good job stepping up in that pocket. Boy, he just got the ball off.
Yeah, he did. He's just a little bit too much arm. And he's got a strong one. All right, here we go. This is it. Fans on their feet. Gonna blitz up the middle once again.
Going to call motion. It'll be fourth down and 15.
$112. All right, we'll get a chance to talk it over.
Another Sean Wilkins State Farm timeout. A lot of timeouts used in this game. Call Sean Wilkins for your insurance needs, 388-4944.
All right, the Eagles are out, ready for the play call. 1:12 to go. Ball on the 48-yard line of St. George's. 15 yards to go for the first down.
For the ball game.
Safeties are deep. Doesn't look like a blitz at this time. Great line push.
Nope.
Couldn't quite come up with it. A little bit behind him. That's your ball game. That's going to be your ball game.
Shocker at Legends Field.
Definitely. We knew we'd have a great ball game. We just felt like ECS would be on the other end.
Well, St. George's has had the number of the Eagles.
They have.
Not had a victory since 2014.
Yep. We got a minute left to play. We'll see what happens. But
winning last year with 2 minutes to go, tables were turned, and they were able to successfully.
Timeout, Eagles. I don't think we'll be able to stop the clock, Britton, will we, once we call this second timeout we have?
You might be able to make them punt. I don't know.
Boy, we need that one timeout we had to call because we couldn't get the ball off on time. The clock ran down. We had to call it. Second and 11. Looks like they're going to try to hand it off or low snap. Timeout once again. That'll get down to 1:02. Coach Vogel, Coach Trey Adams talk it over.
If you do get the ball back, you have no timeouts left.
No. All right,
it's
guys.
possible here that the Eagles will have an opportunity to receive a punt. Or at that point, if you're St. George's, you probably take a safety.
Just run around in the back, yeah. He's going to hand it off once again, or he'll do a quarterback draw. All right, 55 seconds to go. So we, depending on when they spot that, the clock is running, the play clock. Excuse me, we got about 15-second difference between the actual game clock and the play clock. Well, I don't like to see those officials meeting. I mean, they've got a full-fledged meeting going on, like this was the national championship game.
Well, they wouldn't set the ball. I don't think the officials realized that there was a differential because
he went down with
when
58
he went
seconds.
down with 58 seconds left.
All right, we still got quite a discussion going on the field. All right, here we go. We're going to talk it over with Coach Rod and see what the All right, let's see what happens.
I got it. Hey, guys, let them know 54 seconds should be on the game clock. Hey, 54 seconds. Yes, sir, I call it. Hey, are y'all telling them? Have y'all told them 54 seconds? Please.
All right, we got 54 seconds now on the clock. 40 seconds on the play clock. So we got a 14-second differential.
They'll take the delay of game, I'm sure. Back them up and then punt.
And punt with 14 seconds to go.
Which gives the Eagles a chance to run one play probably with after you.
All right, we'll see what happens. Should be 14 seconds, Britton, on the clock. Let's see what happens when that thing, when the play clock gets down to 0. Well, if you're at home, you've experienced a great ball game tonight. Eagles not on top at the moment. Wow. There we go, 14.5 seconds to go on the clock.
May add a second back on that, I don't know.
Back him up 5, delay a game. 4th and really long. Dawson Williams back deep. This will be some type of angle kick. Definitely don't want Williams to catch it. Boy, I'd love to. Oh, block. Wow. 10 seconds to go in the game, I tell you what. You never know.
No timeouts.
You never know. All right, 1st and 10, ball on the 35-yard line.
You got time for 2 to 3 plays here at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, definitely 2. But you got to get in the end zone or out of bounds quickly. All right. Cannot get a penalty here. Everybody needs to get set. Jacob Hatcher coming in, number 2.
It's your passing quarterback for the Eagles. Both guys have had great efficiency this year passing, but Hatcher's been more of your long passer.
Welch a little more productive tonight. Let's see if Hatcher can help out.
Dawson in the end zone.
Just out of his hands. 2.8 seconds to go. All right, we'll try it again. Dawson had triple coverage. Still almost came up with it. Triple coverage. I'd have to think someone else was open.
May go for a kick here, try to tie the game up.
That's what we got. All right.
Well, you know, in that first practice game, Clayton, that we were here, he kicked a 52-yard field goal.
Well within his range. It's just how accurate can he be? Oh,
No.
my goodness. High snap. Welch couldn't quite handle it. Didn't even get an opportunity to kick it. Boy, tough way to lose. Wow. All right. That's the way it goes.
It's a shocker at Legends Field.
No doubt.
Credit to
No
St.
doubt.
George's.
That'll
Boy,
put-
fewer guys played a great game.
St. George's will flip that around and get on the top of us in this West bracket. Got to hand it to them. They play tough. They came in here and shut us down.
They did. This is a team you may very well see again.
Threw for a lot of yards. Just hate to see us lose on a botched snap. Well, Britton,
Well, thanks to
Yeah.
our sponsors again.
Yes,
Obviously,
indeed.
you can close out tough loss.
tough loss. Next week USJ here. Hey, that won't be any easier. They've lost some guys, but they're gonna have a good ball club again. It's homecoming. We don't have time to sit around and think on this very long. We got to put this behind us and get ready to play the Lynx of USJ.
Well, there's going to be a lot of teaching opportunities from this game. So maybe that what we learn here can carry us farther. That's
That's right.
The optimistic way to look at it. The possible positive
Yeah.
spin. Just shocked to come away with a loss tonight. Really, with what on paper should have been an Eagle victory.
That's right.
But that first touchdown and then a couple of key penalties. Really, you take two personal fouls. Both of those led to points, huge momentum swingers.
Yep.
So it's tough one tonight.
Ultimately, what this does is really the only thing it does. We have a loss on our record right now. That's it. I mean, it really.
Well, it's
postseason down the road could affect us as far as
Postseason
seeding, some
that's
seeding,
right.
but we're going to win a lot of games, and we're going to beat some people that St. George's loses to. So that's good. It's just you'd hate to see us get a blemish in our record, having the first time we've started off 3-0 in quite a while.
Well,
So-
let's just say it's great to be starting a season even 3-1.
Yeah, that's right.
Compared to Coach Rodriguez last season, we were 4-7, but the two seasons before that were nowhere near. We
Yeah.
came into this game hoping and expecting to win.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that was part of the problem, but expecting to win. And so that means we have a great football team.
Yeah, that's right.
So hopefully they'll learn from this and we'll be able to move forward. So same time next week. Let me say thanks again as we close it out to our sponsors, Clayton Floriani at Pediatric Dental Group, the Stiles Law Firm, Sean Wilkins State Farm, Tim Wilson, Compliance Associates, Darren Wilkes with Benny James, Scott House with Bank 3, Strategic Financial, Hamp Holcomb, Bill Edwards, Chandler Gagnon, Barrett Jones, and Ortho Memphis. Thanks to all of you for watching. Good night from Legends Field.
Yeah, good night.